Hello makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am so excited for this video because we're going to be doing indie makeup releases and talking about the new releases on the indie makeup market and my personal opinion on them, whether I am planning to purchase them or not. And I feel like I quickly need to address the elephant in the room, especially because this is a video which focuses a lot on consumerism and new makeup, new releases. I know that a lot of people are not able to buy makeup at this time, and I'm not trying to pressure anyone or anything. I just want to simply share these releases, and I'm also sharing a lot of small brands. And you know, I know that a lot of people still are working, and if you want to support a small brand or anything, I mean, it's your money. I feel like you shouldn't have to feel guilty about it. I'm still working, so I'm still buying a little bit of makeup here and there. I have a few things to mention throughout the video that I purchased. I've decided to pretty much focus on supporting small brands, especially during this time, but I really hope that we can just have a positive space here, a judgment-free zone. I know I said I'm mostly sticking to the same content and I'm going to keep my channel as an escape for you, but I did want to address it. I didn't want to be insensitive to the issue. So before we jump into the new releases, this video series is inspired by Angelica Nikist and Samantha March. I have both of their channels linked down below, as well as the community Will I Buy It playlist, and also all the Instagram accounts that I use to gather the new releases for this video. I definitely recommend checking out Indie Makeup Spotlight on Instagram. That's my account that I run, which is obviously focused on indie brands, if you want to stay up to date every single day rather than this video, which is every other week. If you are new to my channel, I do a ton of indie makeup content, so make sure you subscribe before you go if you enjoy this video and want to hear more. So let's jump right into the new releases. I feel like I had a little extra fun for this week's indie makeup releases because I really took the time to find a bunch of products to talk to you guys about, because brands aren't releasing as much, but I was able to find some brands I haven't really heard of before, some brands where they released a palette maybe a few weeks ago, a few months ago I hadn't talked about it. So there's going to be a little bit of older releases mixed in from some really small indie brands I was able to find on Instagram. So I really hope that during the course of this video you get to discover a new brand that you've never heard of before. But we're going to start off with a pretty well-known indie brand, and that would be Kristin Lee Cosmetics. So I wanted to talk about these magnetic palettes really quickly. I feel like these are so cute and sleek, and my good friend Millie from Bad to the Brow actually designed these for Kristin Lee Cosmetics, which I think is so cool. I haven't picked one up yet just because I picked up so many empty palettes from Makeup Geek on their sale. I hoarded a little bit, and I just know I can't justify buying another empty palette right now. I do see myself purchasing one eventually, especially just because Millie designed them, and I think that's really cool. I think they look nice and they seem to be a pretty affordable price point. And then also Kristin Lee Cosmetics came out with some new lip creams, and I was really intrigued by these. It's kind of a funny story because I was following them super closely. Every single shade they were posting, like for the first 5 shades, I was like, yes, 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 I'm so about this. And for some reason it completely slipped my mind the last 2 days, and I went to go screenshot them for this video, and I saw a picture and it said like 2 days ago that the lip creams were available, and I was like, what? I missed it. So I ran on their site and I did purchase 2 of the shades that I really liked. So you can see all the shades here. They came out with some different like neutral options for every skin tone. I personally grabbed the 2 lightest shades. If you look on the top all the way to the left, that is Bailey and Shaylee, I think. I got those 2 just because I thought they were super pretty. I'm excited to try this formula from Kristin Lee Cosmetics. I feel like they have really, really high quality products, so I can't wait to get those and try them out. I think that they're supposed to be like kind of a lip gloss but a little bit more opaque, and I just thought those 2 nude shades really spoke to me. Also, Kristin Lee Cosmetics does have a code with my friend Karen Harris. It's just KH Makeup. I think it saved me 15% off, so I will definitely leave that down below in case you're interested in checking these out. But I love Kristin Lee, so I'm excited to get those in the mail. And then next we have some new releases from Beauty Bar Baby. And I actually just received a PR package from them. I haven't had the chance to try it yet, but I am so excited to give their products a chance, especially because they sent the shade Zero Gravity, which is so beautiful. I can't wait to test it out. But I have been myself kind of like going back and forth about making an order, and I'm going to wait until I try what I have. But they have some really, really beautiful chameleon shadows is what they're calling them. And this one here is the newest. It is called Time Warp. This one doesn't speak to me as much because it's kind of like a bluey purple pastel grayish kind of shade. And I feel like I have a lot like that in my collection. So that one doesn't, I mean, it's pretty, like no doubt, but not something I feel super drawn to purchase. However, they have these other 4 shades, and these are their Vivid Chameleons. I'm so tempted by these. I think they are so pretty, especially the shade Esme and Sumi. Like, these are just gorgeous, gorgeous single shadows. They do retail for like $15 each. They're a little bit higher of a price point because they are those super intense, shifty, magical shadows, which is what has held me back from purchasing them, because it's like I want the 4, but then it's like $60 for 4 shadows, and I think I might have found like a 10% off discount code or something like that. So I'm waiting just to see how I feel about the products I already have, but I thought this release was so, so beautiful, and I'm such a sucker for single shadows, so I don't know what more to say. All right, next is, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. This is a little sneak peek from Lomar Cosmetics. I believe Gabby T. MUA actually posted this on her Instagram stories. And it says, new blush samples. You don't know how happy I am right now, which is all fine and dandy, but do you not see how glowy those blushes look? The other blushes I have from them are more like, there's some matte and there's some like kind of satiny, but that looks like straight up glow. And I'm so excited about it. Gabby actually commented on the photo and asked me what I like in blush, and I'm like, I'm living for a glowy blush. So I hope she sees that, and it took so much self-control not to be like, but where's the highlighters at though? Because I am so impatient waiting for Lomar to come out with some highlighters. I really, really love their brand. I just think they have good quality products, and I cannot wait to see what blushes they do next, because I like their blushes a lot. All right. So now we have a new release from Lunar Cosmetics, and I believe this is a collaboration with Blonde Tacky on Instagram. And I've noticed, I feel like they came out with some monochromatic palettes recently that I've seen some people talking about, and I am mildly intrigued by them. But this palette has a pressed glitter, so it's automatically a no for me. I just don't like pressed glitters, and there's so many things on the market I could buy. Why buy something that has something I know I don't like in it? So it is a pass automatically for me, but I think it's kind of cute. In this picture, it looks super, super pastel. I think I'm going to try and pop a picture on the screen of what it looks like in more natural lighting, because it looks a lot brighter. It feels like this was kind of edited to look more pastel, and I feel like you kind of have to look at both pictures and decide if it'll be good for you. I wouldn't just look at one picture. So I think this is cute. It's following the pastel theme, but not something I'm wanting to pick up. And then next, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I'm like giddy over here. This is from Kristin Lee Cosmetics. This is their new multi-chrome highlighter. I think this is the shade Birthday Bash. And like, look at it. Look at the pan. Look at the swatch. It looks so, so stunning. I don't know what more to say. It's just beautiful, and I'm really excited about this. I did go ahead and purchase this. I feel like all of the orders I've made have been super small. Like I said, from City Grace, I just grabbed those 2 lippies. I grabbed this from Kristin Lee Cosmetics, and just this highlighter alone, I just really, really want to try this. I don't know. I feel like the swatches were beautiful, but just the way it looks in the pan is stunning, and I'm excited to try a multi-chrome highlighter. Like, that sounds beautiful, and I've had pretty good experiences with Kristin Lee Cosmetics products so far. I do have an affiliate code with them in case you are interested and want to save a little bit of money, but I just thought this looked stunning, and I will definitely be doing a video with it whenever it comes in the mail. It's so, so pretty. And also, I thought it was super nice. I was trying to check out, and I was going to use my own code just because it's the only code that I know of from Kristin Lee Cosmetics, and the codes weren't working, so I was like, oh, that's fine, whatever. And I commented back on the post and said, you know, it wasn't working. I just went ahead and checked out either way, because it's like, it's a few dollars, like, it doesn't matter. And someone else commented that the code wasn't working for them either. They commented back to both of us that they would refund the little bit of extra that the code would have taken off, which was completely unnecessary, but super nice, and I appreciated it. Like I said, I would have purchased it either way, but, you know, I thought that was really nice for the other person who commented as well, that she was able to get that discount. All right, so next we have some new pressed glitters from Clarity Cosmetics. Obviously, this is not something I'm buying thus what I said like 2 minutes ago, but I thought I would mention them either way because everybody has their own personal preference, and maybe you are watching this and you are obsessed with pressed glitters, can't get enough, and these could be perfect for you. So they have like a giant option of pressed glitters. I mean, some of the shades look really cool. Like the shade, what is that? All the way on the right corner, the very top shade, Pumpkin Shimmer. Like, that is the perfect name. That is such a fall. Like, it literally looks like leaves that have fallen from a tree in fall in a glitter. Like, that is super pretty. If I liked pressed glitters, I would want that shade. So I think that's cool. They have a ton of color options here. Again, not something I'm purchasing, but I like it. Okay, next we have a new product from Hallberg Cosmetics. I'm trying so hard to pronounce that right and just not make it super weird, but they came out with a new Infinity highlighter. And of course, this grabbed my attention because I really like majority of the products I've tried from her so far, and I thought this looked really stunning. I was also super intrigued by it because it is only one shade, and I'm curious for an indie brand to come out with one shade of a highlighter, especially their brand, because I feel like they're a little bit bigger, a little bit more well-known, especially in Europe. So I'm super curious to see if this shade will work on my skin tone or not. I believe that it was pulled from their original palette. I can't remember what it's called. They have a palette, and it's supposed to be like for eyes and face, and you could do whatever with it, and I think that was available in the palette, and now it's a single highlighter. So you might actually already own this. If you do, I'd love to hear what you think about it, but I decided to pick it up and give it a go. Again, just a small order. This one was a smidgen more because I wanted to get the free shipping because it was international. So I grabbed the highlighter brush to test with it too because I thought that'd be fun, and then a lippy that I've been wanting to grab in a color that really appealed to me. It'll probably be a bit before this gets in my hand because when I checked out it said that they had slow shipping, which is fine. I will definitely wait patiently. I know Lethal Cosmetics, which is based in Germany, posted that they are no longer offering their slower shipping for international for a few different countries just because of the world right now. So you have to pay for the faster shipping. I don't have no idea what that is. So it's just, it is what it is. No reason to complain or anything, but I was able to get free international shipping, and when it gets to me, it gets to me. I'm good. I'm waiting patiently, like I said. Okay, so next is a palette that I came across that I thought was really pretty. It's not new, like just released this last few weeks or anything, but it is a pretty small brand. It is called Lomar Cosmetics, I think might be how it's pronounced, and this is their Rose Metal palette. So cute. If you are into a pinky neutral palette with just like a few pops here and there, I think this is a really stunning color story. I really like the matte options. I feel like they have like a true kind of berry matte pink. They have like a mid-tone. They have like a mauve tone. They have more of a neutral, an orange, a brown, burgundy-ish looking color, and then a black. And then, I don't know, the shimmer options are really pretty as well. I was super drawn to this palette. Do I need to purchase it? No. Do I need to purchase any makeup ever again? Probably not. And I already have so many palettes that I'm testing and using right now that I really don't feel like I need to bring another one in. So I think this is really cute and I wanted to share it. Next, we have another new palette, and this is from Rebel Rouge Labs. It is the new Karma Chameleon palette. It was available for pre-order a few days ago. I'm not sure if it's still up on the site or not, but either way, I'll make sure to link them either in the description box or possibly in the comment section. Sometimes my linking for all of this stuff is in my pinned comment, but because my description box will be so long that it won't save to YouTube. The struggle is real when you talk about a lot of products. So if you're wondering and you're like, where is all of the information? It might be the pinned comment, just depending on how it goes. I don't feel drawn to this palette at all. It looks like it has some pressed glitters. I'm not sure if they're pressed glitters or if they're toppers, but they mostly look like pressed glitters. But either way, the color story altogether is just like very nah to me. Not knocking the brand by any means. Everyone likes their own thing, but this just to me has no appeal. So it is definitely a pass. And then next, I was super excited to announce this. I actually posted it in my YouTube community tab. So I post there every once in a while. I've been doing some more voting stuff recently. If you don't actively look at that, then it's fine, but it is there for you if you would like to check it out. But I announced that the Davina website was back up because they have been taking a break. They took a little hiatus. They moved from LA to Oregon, and they are back now. So they put most things back in stock on the website, and then they also launched 3 new holographic palettes that have inserts in them. So there's a 6-1, a 9-1, and a 12, I believe, and I think they're super cute. Again, I don't need any more because I have so many empty palettes from Makeup Geek that I bought on like super discount. So I don't see myself picking those up anytime soon. But I was super excited that they are available again. I know a lot of things sold out once they went live, but I do want to say really quickly thank you to everyone who used my affiliate code with them. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm actually taking the money I made this month and getting a tripod so I can do some overhead filming, which I'm super excited about. So thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. I really appreciate it, truly, genuinely. So I'm so excited they're back. I love Davina. I think they're a great brand, and I know they're coming out with some new, they have a cake collection coming soon. They haven't released it yet, but I am patiently waiting. Got my eyes on them. And then next we have a new palette from Shop Peachy Green. I know who this is from. I don't know why my brain just went blank, but this is the new Amethyst palette. It's available now for pre-order for $29.99, and this is cute. I really love the packaging. Like, the packaging is so my vibes. If I could get that as an empty magnetic palette, I would be about it. And if I could get this without the pressed glitters, I would be about it, but unfortunately it's just not my personal preference. I think it's so cute, like the actual color story, and I think it's intriguing that they did the purples, but then they just have like that 2 pops of pink and the pop of orange, I think, and then there's a copper, which I don't really love copper and purple together, but I think it's a cute little pop, and I like it, but I'm not gonna buy it. Next we have some new singles from Adept Cosmetics, and I was excited about these because I've had my eye on them. I've heard people talking about their shadows. I've gotten questions from you guys about them, and I've been wanting to try them. But every time I would go on their website, the shades I wanted would be out of stock, and it was just like, I don't want to place an order and get the shades that I don't want. Like, I'm just going to wait it out. So whenever they released, I believe, new formulas and new shades, I jumped on the website right away and grabbed a few things that I was super interested in. I feel like I might have an affiliate link from Adept Cosmetics because they sent me some things in the past, but I haven't talked about their products in a really long time. So I'm gonna have to go look and see if I can find that. I don't even know. It is some email somewhere, I'm sure, but I did go ahead and grab a few of these just because, like I said, I really wanted to try them, and I'm also trying to just do smaller purchases but still be able to talk about the brands that I want to and support them. So I grabbed 6 shades, and I did like a really pretty kind of blue-green color story that all fit together. There was like an inner corner, a crease shade, a lid shade, an outer V shade. Like, I had the whole look planned in my head when I purchased those 6 shades, and they actually came in the mail the other day, and they threw in a couple extra shades, so I'm excited to get to try those. I'll probably do a video on them soon. I'm kind of feeling a little overwhelmed because I talked about wanting to have a balance in my Amy All April of the videos I'm doing and not doing all new, and it's like suddenly out of nowhere I've gotten so much PR from indie brands because it can kind of be like fluctuating, like more and then less, and I'll go like a complete dry spell and then it's like all of a sudden, and right now it feels like all of a sudden and I just don't want to like come off again as insensitive and just like, here's new, even though some people don't care but some people do, so it's just like trying to please everyone, which I know is impossible. So I'm feeling a little bit anxious about that, but I do want to film with them soon. Next we have a new release from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. This is just one single shadow in the shade Emerald City. This is super beautiful. Such a deep but still bright, impactful teal shimmer. I really like this, but like, there's no reason for me to make an order for one single shadow, and also I know myself, I tend to go for lighter shimmers majority of the time, so I think this would be beautiful to like swatch down your entire arm and just like look in awe at the beauty of this color, but how much would I actually use it? I don't know, so that's a pass for me. And then we have the full reveal of the new Luxe Beauty Chrome Quads is what they're calling them. They're available now. They're $20 each. There's 4 different quads. I think these are a really super cute release from Luxe Beauty, and I was semi-tempted by them, but I guess I could have purchased one to try, but I didn't feel like I really needed to. I'm curious to hear other people's opinions on the formula just because they're not my favorite eyeshadow formula, and I am affiliated with them because I really like their highlighters. I think their liquid lipsticks are pretty good too, but mostly their highlighters I really love. But you know, I still feel like I just have to be honest, and I feel like the swatches that they do look so like they like turn the contrast up so much, and maybe that's not the case for these. Again, I'm just curious to see people get them in real life and see them swatch them and see how they feel about them. But just from my previous experience, it was kind of like, well, if I had the money to spend on eyeshadow, this isn't what I want to spend it on. If they came out with a new highlighter, I'd probably feel differently. Like their pumpkin coconut highlighter is one of my favorites. They're heliocentric from their one palette I've hit pan on, so I love their highlighters, but I'm gonna sit back and watch other people review this release. So next we have a new palette from Sola Look, and this is the Charmed palette, which is inspired by the show Charmed, which is a show about 3 sister witches. And oh, is there 4 witches? Oh, there's 4 people on there. I only saw 3. Okay. Obviously, you can tell I'm not super familiar with this show. Please don't cancel me. I tried to get into it. I just couldn't. I do like what the show is supposed to be about. Like, I feel like that would be something I'd be interested in. I don't know. I think I watched maybe an episode or 2 and I was just like, it's okay. So, I don't know. If I really should watch it, definitely let me know and I'll put more time into it and give it another chance. But anyways, focusing on the palette, I will say I'm really glad to see Sola Look doing some mattes, because a lot of the palettes they've done in the past have been all shimmer, and for me, unless it's like the most amazing, craziest shimmer formula ever created, that's just not really for me to buy a full palette of shimmers. So I'm glad there's some mattes, and they look to be some really pretty matte shades in here as well. And there's some neutrals. There's some pops of color. I think it's pretty, but it's not something I feel like I need. And I'm not like a huge fan of the show, so it's not like something I'm super appealed to buy. But even then, I think about shows that I am super obsessed with, and I don't think I would buy a palette just because of that. Like if there was a Vampire Diaries palette, I'm not going to buy it just because actually looking at Ian Somerhalder every time I do my makeup could be a pleasant experience. I'm going to backtrack. What other show do I like? Anyways, I think it's cute. I think there's definitely an audience out there for this palette, but it's not what I'm going to be purchasing. And let's see, what do we have next here? Ooh, these are a little bit older, but I saw these in my tags on Indie Makeup Spotlight and was super intrigued right away. These are from Lorraine Loreena Makeup Cosmetics, I think is what it's called. I'm gonna find their website, and it says new glitters now available. And I feel like looking at the swatches here, they don't even look like typical glitters, but do these not just look like the dreamiest collection? If these said like shimmer shadows or metallic shadows instead of glitters, because they don't even really look like glitters to me, they look very silky. I probably would have purchased these based on this swatch picture alone, because like this is like pastel fairy dreamy vibes, like all just so cute. So I wanted to mention it again. If I was someone who was into glitters, this collection, like just the picture is so stunning. I feel like I need to like look through my single shadows and like try and put 5 shades together like this, because I feel so inspired just looking at them together. Like the duochromes, the glitteriness, the sparkliness, it is just so pretty. All right, next we have a new release from Cara Beauty, which I'm not super familiar with them. They have launched a cannabis themed collection called High Times. I'm not sure what each individual palette is called. These are super pretty. The green, blue, yellow, I love. Like, I love that so much. It is such a stunning color story. And then the purple, orange, yellow is kind of like that, you know, sunset-y vibes type of color story. And then the more neutral one is just fine. It doesn't really appeal to me. It looks like those might be pressed glitters in the palette. I'm not sure. I've never really heard anything about these before. They're available now. If you have tried Cara Beauty, I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts, because like the color stories are cute. Like, I'm intrigued. So I might have to look into those a little bit more. But again, at the same time, like I said, I have so many palettes that I'm loving and playing with and doing videos on right now. Like, I really don't need any more, and even though I'm trying to do small orders here and there, I also want to not go crazy and stick to my makeup budget this month. So probably a pass for me, but I do give them kudos for the cute color schemes. So we do actually have two different April Fool's new makeup releases to talk about during the course of this video. And the first one is from Glamlight, and this is their joke of doing a flaming hot Cheetos collab. It's the irony of this one is I feel like people would buy this. People would love it. Like, that's what they're known for. Glamlight, they do pizza and burgers and tacos. Like, of course they could do Cheetos. Like, they should really look into seeing if Cheetos wants to collab with them, because I think people would actually really, really like this. The color story is cute. It's just, you know, warm tones with like a pop of green. It's fine, but I really do think people would actually really, really like this collaboration if it was real. I was one of those people who didn't even realize it was April Fool's. I wasn't even thinking about it, so I thought it was real at first, and I was kind of like, oh, that's interesting. And like, the palette looks a little fake, but that's cool. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's April Fool's. But I don't know, even in my family, like, none of us were pranking each other because we're just like, the whole year has been a joke. Like, why even bother with April Fool's today? So next is a brand that I came across, and I think this is actually sold on Ulta, if I'm correct. I've never heard anyone talk about them, and I think I got a sponsored post on Instagram. I saved it to talk about later, and this is called Alleyoop, I think. And I saved this specifically to talk about this little face palette. It reminds me of the Melt Stacks, but it's face products, and I think that's actually super, super cute. I think it looks pretty adorable. It looks like they have a bunch of different options, and I can't really say much about it now because I haven't done a bunch of research, but just from this one picture I saw, I was like, oh, that's cute, that's intriguing. I like the packaging. I think that like the light pastel blue is such a pretty color to go with as well. And I just think it seems nice for a face product, especially because normally I feel like you would open it, you'd go in with it once. Whereas with eyeshadow, with like the Melt Stacks, I feel like I would like open it, close it, and like I would like mess things up. And unless you have space to put all the stacks out on your table in front of you as you go back and forth between colors, then I feel like it's just super inconvenient. But with a face product, I feel like that's a lot easier because normally I go in with bronzer, done. Going with blush, done. Going with highlighter, done. And I don't go back and forth. So I don't know, I'm intrigued. I'm definitely wanting to look more into Alleyoop. Okay, so next we have another palette that was released a little while back, but I've never heard anyone talk about this brand ever, and I thought it looked cute. So this is the Uno palette from Luna Magic Beauty. It looks like their Instagram is in Spanish and English, so if you speak either of those languages, it could be convenient to use. I thought this was pretty. It's kind of like a jewel tone palette, but with like some pops of pink, and I don't know, I just thought the color story, it wasn't enough to where I'm like, oh, I have to own that right now, but I thought it was really, really cute, and I like the different matte options. I think the shimmers are pretty. I feel like you could do a super beautiful, cool toned, super colorful look with this palette, and yet at the same time you could do a very, very, very soft, warm neutral look. So I feel like for being 12 shades, it looks pretty versatile. There's like a soft smoky green shade. There's a purple metallic, a blue metallic, a gold, and then like a coppery metallic. So I don't know, I think it looks super cute, and I was intrigued by it, and I'm following the brand now, so I'm intrigued to see what else they do. All right, next I have a release that was a little while back, and I meant to talk about it, but I completely skipped over it on accident. And these are the new Menagerie Soft Focus Setting Powders. I'm pretty sure that I accidentally forgot to talk about these because I think I was so like just wanting to talk about Pastel Pup that I completely forgot about the setting powders. And I was a little bit intrigued by these. I was kind of debating between purchasing translucent and lavender, leaning more on lavender just because I'm like, ooh, I don't have a lavender setting powder, like that's different. But I saw someone say that it looked a little bit heavy on the skin, and I'm super picky about powders. I don't want them to look anywhere near heavy, especially because I have dry skin, and I want glowy, soft, blurring powders. I don't want any heaviness. So even though it was just one person I heard describe it like that, it completely turned me off from wanting to purchase the product. So I think When they do come out with their concealers finally, I'll probably want to try those, but the setting powder is probably most likely a pass for me. My oil heater turned on, so I'm over here with my little mini space heater, my robe, trying to warm up in between filming because it's still so cold, and I don't know why I wore a short sleeve shirt today. I actually wore this in a video the other day. I am a shirt repeater, I'm so sorry. But moving on to another indie release. This is something I'm intrigued by, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna try it or not yet, so I'll tell you why. Okay, this is a new Dominique Cosmetics Skin Gloss Singles, and they're coming out with 4 shades. This just sounds beautiful to me, like Skin Gloss Singles. I feel like that's like makeup ASMR, just saying that. And the thing is, I want this. I do. I think I kind of want the white shade. I kind of want the pinky, like peachy shade. I'm not sure yet. I want it, but I'm trying to keep my head on my shoulders because I feel like cream blushes are about to become a huge trend. I mean, they already are. There's been like Fenty, there's been all the sticks, like Milk sticks, and then ColourPop sticks, and there's the Salt New York ones, which I purchased, and there's been a delay on those, so I'm not sure when they are going to get to me. I also got some from Kosas that I'm enjoying right now, so there's a lot of different ones coming out. I feel like that there's so many more I completely forgot to even mention, but the thing is it's like I love it, I love the idea of it, but I don't want to overbuy it because cream products are going to go bad so much faster than a powder product would. I want to not buy every cream release that comes out. So I did talk myself out of the Fenty ones just because none of the colors exactly appealed to me. And I don't know, I'm not sure. Would you guys like to hear me talk about this on my channel? Let me know if you want to hear my thoughts on one of these skin gloss highlighters, and maybe that'll be my determining factor on how much interest is shown. Right now, like I said, I'm kind of half and half because in my heart I want it, but in my brain I'm like, don't go crazy because what if there's another one like 3 days down the road and it's like, oh, that's so me, then I'm stuck. So I don't want to go crazy with them, but I thought the packaging, the just look of these is super pretty, and yeah, yep, so that's how I feel right now. And then this is technically an indie brand, I believe. This is from Artist Couture. They came out with a new Supreme Nudes collection, and there's an eyeshadow palette that's all neutral shades. I don't hate it. I actually think it looks good for a neutral palette. It's fine, but I was definitely mostly intrigued by the lippies. There's an entire nude lipstick collection, which I'm such a sucker for, and I really liked the lighter shades, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. So I'm gonna not buy it. And I'm gonna curiously hear what other people have to say about it, but I'm not gonna purchase it. And then next we have a new palette from Foley Fire. I've never heard of them before, but this palette did catch my attention. It's pretty. It has like a grungy green blue color scheme, and then the bottom there's like a pop of silver, a pop of gold, and a pop of bronze. So I feel like this is cute enough to grab my attention, but it's not like something where I'm like, oh, I have to have that, I need it right now. But I think it's cute. It's very unique. I feel like I've never seen a 9pan palette that looked quite like that. I'm trying to make sure I get all the indie before we jump into just a few mainstream releases. So here, okay, we have this one, which I was a little bit unsure about talking about because I feel kind of like back and forth about this, and I'd be super curious to hear your opinion on it. There was a new collection coming out from Touch of Glam Beauty, and it looks beautiful. It was originally called the Don't Panic collection, and when I saw it and I saw the names, it was like Don't Hoard, something was like Everything Sold Out. One might have been like Wash Your Hands. I can't remember, but it was all like related to what's happening right now. And it made me feel a little bit uneasy just because it was like, I feel like some people are more sensitive than others. And I was just kind of like a little bit like, don't know if I love that. I don't know if that's like the most, I don't know. I was feeling uneasy about it. I asked a friend, she said she didn't even see an issue with it. I saw some comments that were like, oh, we like that you're like kind of, you know, taking this, putting a positive spin on it. Other people were like, you're trying to capitalize on a pandemic. And I can kind of see both ways. which I love Touch of Glam. The owner is so sweet and kind, and I just didn't know how to feel about this. I didn't think it necessarily came from a bad place, but I just, I wasn't, I don't know, it made me feel a little bit uneasy. So she did actually take the constructive criticism and change the name of the collection to the unnamed collection. I really appreciate a brand that can take constructive criticism, because even if some people don't see it as like such a big deal, other people do. I'm glad she changed it, just because especially I saw it kind of popping up on some more like drama commentary channels, and it kind of made my heart sad because I didn't want that for them. I'm sure they don't want to be like the spotlight of drama. I'm sure that's not what they were going for. Shades actually do look super beautiful. It looks like they have some amazing shifts going on, but I did not pick it up. Okay, so the last indie brand I want to talk about is something that I recently discovered, and it's actually because the owner is Lisa J here on YouTube, and I saw her on a podcast. I really liked her personality, and I was really intrigued by her brand after hearing her speak about it, so I went ahead and checked them out. And I'm going to leave a picture first of their new release. This is the Precision collection. I think this came out in February, so it's a little bit newer, and it's 5 more precise brushes they were adding, because the initial ones I'll show now are the essential brushes that they started the brush collection off with. And this is BK Beauty, which stands for Beauty and Kindness, and I love that. Lisa talked about how she wanted kindness to be such a fundamental part of her brand. They do have a charity that they donate to. I can't remember what it was called, but they're supposed to like help with like bullying and self-esteem for kids in school, K through 12. And right now, actually, I wanted to mention that they are donating 10% of their profits to the Central Texas Food Bank, because they saw a need there. So I think that's really cool. So if you were wanting to purchase from them right now, it will be helping provide food for people in Central Texas. They actually have a shirt on their website which says Beauty and Kindness, and I love it. So I think I am definitely going to go on and purchase the shirt. I love kindness. I'm all about it. I have it tattooed on my body. So I just thought it was such a cute and just sweet idea for a brand. Like the why behind it, I don't know why. If anyone else has been super randomly emotional lately, let me know so I don't feel so alone. But I just keep crying at the randomest times, and I was listening to the podcast and I started crying. I was like, what is this? Go away, stop it. But I thought it was just so sweet, and it really resonated with me. Just her like concerns for being a parent and having your kids grow up in the world with social media, and really wanting to make self-confidence so important. So I thought it was really cool, and I'm super intrigued to purchase some of her brushes. The thing is that they are more of a like luxe price tag. I actually saw Michelle Wang talked about their face contour foundation brush and how much she loved it in a video, and they're a little bit more expensive. They're like a high-end price tag. They are all vegan fibers, which I appreciate, so much more likely for me to purchase them. I'd love to know, would you guys like to hear my thoughts on one of her brush sets? It's a little bit more of a splurge. Maybe it's something I'll get myself for my birthday, because my birthday is coming up this month. She's a makeup artist. I think she worked for like 12 years. She used to train for MAC, so I really like her personality. I just discovered her, so I have some definite videos to binge, but I just think the brushes seem really nice, and I really want to try them. So let me know if you'd like to see that. Either way, like I said, I'm going to go buy a t-shirt, and if you are interested in supporting them right now, they are doing those extra donations to the food bank. Of course, you could always just go ahead and donate wherever you want. You don't have to purchase anything to donate, but it is a nice cause. We're gonna go back. We have just a few quick mainstream brands to talk about. First is this April Fool's. I just wanted to mention for a moment because I thought it was actually really funny. This is Morphe, and they said, "Are you ready for more browns? Meet your all neutral 3504, the same browns artistry palette. The palette will bring an end to the brown game," or whatever. So, you know, it's a palette and every single shade looks the same except for the one pop of green. And honestly, it's super funny, but at the same time, I thought it would have been even funnier if they called this the 350G or something, like the 350 green palette, because that's what actually happens a lot of the times. It's like almost all browns, and then like the little pop of color is what gets focused on. And then we have an announcement that Ray Morris, I'm not sure if you are familiar with them, but they're sold on Beautylish. I know they came out with a powder in the past and it looked really cool because it was like completely translucent and you could see all the way through to the pan in the actual packaging. So I saw that powder, I think it was like $50 or something. It's something I've wanted to try, but I'm not gonna spend $50 just because I can see through a powder. But anyways, they actually announced on Beautylish that they have gone completely vegan, so all of their makeup brush collections are now synthetic and they look beautiful. So if you are someone who is into luxury brushes and you don't like natural hair, because that's what a lot of luxury brush sets are, this could be an option for you. I don't even want to know the price tag. I haven't even looked it up. Whew. But I do think the shapes and everything looks really pretty, and I just thought I would mention it because I saw it in my email. Another thing I really wanted to talk about, this actually came in my email a few weeks back, but I forgot to mention it again because that's just who I am. But CMake came out with a pressed powder form of their powder, and I am so about this. I think this is actually sold on Beautylish because I was tempted to purchase it. I really was. A pressed version, it's so amazing. Like, I love the idea of it. I'm like, yes, my holy grail favorite powder in pressed version. I know I said pressed version like 12 times now, but I'm so excited about it. But at the same time, I already have this powder. I have it in loose version. Sure, the packaging looks like a seasoning container, but it works. I can still use it. I set underneath my eyes with it today, so there's no reason for me to go buy the pressed version when I still have the loose version. So one day, 12 years from now, when I finally finish that gigantic bottle of RCMA no color powder, I will get the pressed version and hopefully it is just as good. I'm so excited that they have this because that packaging is horrendous and this is so much more sleek, and I think it was maybe like $18, $20, something like that. Nothing horrible for a powder, especially because I just love how smooth it looks underneath the eyes. It doesn't have any white cast and it doesn't like cake up or anything for me. So it's something I definitely see myself buying in the future. All right, next we have a release that really spoke to me, but I decided to talk myself out of, and this is from Natasha Nonna. This is the new mini retro palette. I think this is so cute. Like, I love the tones of it. It's like pinky and then like dirty greens. I love it. It reminds me of a very condensed version of the Vintage Rose palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics, which I think is only like $9 more, and I might be stocking the Give Me Glow website waiting for it to go back in stock, but also not at the same time because I really don't need it. But it's so pretty and I've waited for so long, but I really don't need it, so I don't know how I feel about it. But either way, I talked myself out of this release because even though it's so cute, I really like it, I just don't need it, and I feel like I'd rather support small brands, especially right now. So I did talk myself out of it. They also came out with a new glowy blush. It's another mini, so you could get both of these for a pretty affordable price tag considering it's Natasha Nonna versus if they had been full sizes. The glowy blush is beautiful, but I already have glowy blushes from her that I like. I don't need another shade. I'm okay. This is the new foundation from Kevyn Aucoin. I think it's called the Stripped Nude Skin Tint. And it says it is a sheer to light coverage foundation infused with skincare. So I saw this getting bashed a lot for the shade range, and I feel like the picture on top looks pretty bad. The picture on bottom looks a little bit better. It's kind of that argument that because it is sheer to light coverage, it's not quite as important for it to perfectly match you. I feel like they probably still could have gone maybe 1 or 2 shades darker to get a more even range of colors, but I don't know, I actually am intrigued by this. I'm not going to purchase this because I feel like I just brought a new foundation into my life that kind of has the same kind of claims as this, but it is something that I think I would really like, and I wish that the shade range was a little bit better. But again, keep in mind it says sheer coverage, sheer to light coverage, and that's very minimal. I've used a lot of things that were sheer that looked way dark on me, and then when I blended them in, they looked fine. So, I mean, I'm not sure if that works the same for a darker skin tone, if it looks too light, if it'll still blend out to look as good, or if it'll end up being a little bit ashy. I would love to know if you have experience with that, because for me, when I take something that's just a little bit too dark and it is sheer, I feel like when I blend it into the skin, I can make it work and it doesn't look unnatural. So let me know your thoughts on that. And then the last thing that I have to talk about today is new from Milk, and they came out with some more skincare. I was super intrigued by this because I love their moisturizer so much, and I don't know how to feel about this. I'm gonna need some feedback for sure. So they came out with a melatonin overnight serum, which retails for $36, and then a melatonin overnight lip mask, which retails for $22. And I was just kind of baffled at this. I'm like, does melatonin in your skincare actually do anything? Like, is that even a real thing? Is that just something they're throwing on there to say? So it says here that the melatonin serum is an overnight solid serum stick that rejuvenates, hydrates, and calms for bouncier looking, smoother looking, more refreshed skin. The melatonin lip mask is an overnight lip mask that replenishes, hydrates, and calms for softer, smoother, plumper looking lips. It says what's in it: topical melatonin and a berry blend of goji, acai, blueberry, and blackberry help provide antioxidant benefits. Persian silk tree extract helps to balance skin's topical melatonin levels. Hyaluronic acid hydrates and aids in moisture retention over time, and then lavender and chamomile calm and provide a subtle, relaxing scent. I love lavender and chamomile together. I don't know if I'm really not that knowledgeable about skincare ingredients. I kind of just try what appeals to me. So if you are someone who knows more about this and you understand it better than I do, please let me know if you think this is gimmicky or not, because I'm kind of intrigued and I like their moisturizer so much. I kind of want to try these, but also at the same time, I don't want to be like suckered into some advertising that's not even like a real thing. So is this gonna help me sleep better? I don't know, but I do like that it has lavender and chamomile because I love that scent. I feel like I just talked for a whole year, so if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.